Hello everyone and welcome. I'm sure most of my viewers have some sort of stud finder for doing basic maintenance around the house. But how accurate are those stud finders? I have found most stud finders to be rather inaccurate. So I decided to try out this new stud finder from Huepar. It has 5 different stud finding modes, it can detect electrical wiring and pipes, and it seems to have a lot of potential for being an accurate stud finder. So today, we're going to try out this puppy and see if it lives up to what its promises. So let's get started. But before we do that, if you enjoy watching honest tool and product reviews plus helpful DIY projects, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you get notified every time I produce another product review video or DIY video. Alright, so let's see what we have here. Here's a shot of the box for you, and let's open this puppy up and see what we have. Alright guys, so when you unbox this puppy, this is everything you get. Now this is the 5-in-1 stud finder from Huepar, available on Amazon, link in description below. At the time of making this video, this unit retails for $23.99. But they also have an 8% discount coupon on their Amazon page, making it even cheaper than that. And if I happen to come across any other discount coupons, I'll put them in the description down below, so check that out before you do anything. So what do you get when you unbox this puppy? Well, you get the stud finder itself, you get the 9-volt battery, and you get an owner's manual that tells you everything about how to use the unit and take care of it and all that. And it comes in a multitude of different languages, so it's actually quite detailed and quite extensive. Instead of being a one-page unit, basically it has a lot of different pages to it. So if you have any doubts or don't know how to use these units, check this out. It'll tell you everything about it. So the dimensions on this unit are basically 6 inches by 2.5 inches by 1.2 inches in thickness. And it only weighs 5 ounces, so it's very compact and lightweight. The operating temperature on this unit is anywhere from minus 20 degrees Fahrenheit to 150 degrees Fahrenheit, so you can use it pretty much under any circumstance. It has a large backlit LCD display for easy viewing, and it also has audible alerts so you know exactly what's going on. It has an auto shutdown feature where it turns off after 180 seconds if you leave it for too long. It has a sensitive microprocessor for locating wood studs, metal studs, rebar, AC wiring, etc. It has 5 different scan modes where it has 3 different depth modes for finding wood studs, joists, etc. And you can set it to 1/2 inch, 1 inch, or 1.5 inches. It also has metal mode for finding metal studs, rebar, etc. and that goes as deep as 2.36 inches. It also has AC mode for finding electrical wiring, and that will go up to 2 inches in depth. Now, one thing to note that I noticed on the website is that it says all modes will detect AC wiring for safety up to 1.6 inches in depth. So that's automatic. It's always detecting AC wiring for your safety. Another thing also to note is that all modes will detect wood and metal studs. But if you put it in metal mode, it will only detect metal material. That's convenient if you're trying to find something metallic and you don't want to be confused by wood or anything else behind the wall that can throw off your readings. So if you're looking for something metallic, set it to metal mode and it'll only look for that material. The unit is also sensitive enough to locate the edges of a stud when you're looking for it, so that way you can get greater accuracy, and instead of missing a stud and hitting or drilling into the edges of it, it'll tell you exactly when you're lined up right with the edge. So as you move it across, it'll beep and it'll have arrows on the display telling you which way to move so that you're more centered in the stud. So this is great for the professional or the DIYer, for doing basic maintenance and repairs around the house, for drilling into walls or hanging picture frames, shelving, TV stands, railing, or just about anything where you need to know exactly what's behind the drywall before you drill into it. So with this unit, you can drill safely without fear of causing damage or getting hurt. So let's test this puppy out and see exactly how it performs. Alright guys, so before we start doing some testing, let me point out a few features about the unit that I didn't mention previously. I put in the battery, I'm going to turn it on for you and show you a couple things in a moment. But first of all, let's talk a little bit about the exterior of the unit. First of all, it has a nice rubber overmold on the bottom, the grip area here, so you have convenient grip on it and you won't drop it or lose grip of the unit when you're using it if you have dirty, sweaty, greasy hands, whatever the case may be. So that's very convenient right there. Then when you turn it over on the back, you see that it has some nice felt inserts to protect the walls or whatever it is that you're scanning at the time. You don't want to cause damage, so the unit takes care of that for you as well. Now, I put in the battery like I said, and if you turn on the unit, very easy right there. It goes to a default mode of 1/2 inch of depth reading, and right here you can use it to scan right through it and change the different readings to it. You can see it goes through there a little deeper, then you can go to metal mode, you can go to AC mode, or you go back to the standard reading right there. And in the center, it'll light up and tell you exactly when you're locating the stud and so forth, and I'll show you that in a moment. We're testing it, but it has big metal bars that'll tell you exactly where you are as far as the stud it is that you're trying to locate. And to do that, I'll give you a quick glance at it right now, but it's not going to be an accurate reading, of course, but just so you see the graphic. It has a button here on the side that you press for scanning, and before you start scanning, you always have to give it time to calibrate itself. All units are like that. That's how they work the best. But if you press it on the side here, you see that it shows up and then it calibrates itself. Obviously right now it doesn't matter because I'm holding it in midair, but you get the idea. All right, so let me set up something and then we'll do some testing. All right, guys, so let's do a little bit of testing and see how this puppy performs. Now, most reviewers would probably hold this unit up against the wall, move it around, and show you what it does and say, look how good it is. It works perfectly well. But I'm not like that. I'm going to show you proof positive one way or the other. Is it any good or not? So I mocked up my own wall here. You have your standard drywall right here. You have the studs right behind it, as you can see. So it's like we're looking through a wall with X-ray vision. So let's move this guy around. I already turned it on. It's on the default setting. Let's move it around from stud to stud and see how well it performs. And we should go a little bit slowly. Keep that in mind so that you don't, get crazy readings. So let's see. Let's move this puppy over and see what it does. And you should be able to hear it also. So let's see. We move this guy over here. And right there is telling us we're at the edge of the stud right there. And right there you go. It found the center of the stud. And remember, this is measuring from right here. That's why it has a little divot right there, because that's where you put your nail, your drill bit, whatever it is. It's telling you exactly where the center of the stud is. And you move off and it's telling you you're going off too far. So that's very accurate right there. Gives you a very good reading. Now let's move it the other way, and there's nothing there, so you see there's nothing to read. If you keep on going, what's over this way? You see right there, it's telling you we're at the edge again, and right there, it finds the center of the other stud. It may be a little off due to the camera, but it is right on the center, I can tell you that. And you keep on moving, it's telling you you're going too far, you're off the side of the stud. So there you go, very accurate, very nice reading right there. If you move it slowly, you can get very good readings, very accurate. And you don't get any false readings because there's nothing in the middle. It's reading nothing at all. So there you go. Very good reading unit right there. All right, guys. Well, let's see how this guy performs as far as testing for metal pipes, metal conduit, metal studs, any of that kind of stuff. So as you see, I turned it on and I switched it over to the metal icon. You see the metal icon right up there telling you that right now it'll sense for metal studs. Anything metal, basically pipes or anything. So I have it right over the wood stud right now, and you see it ignores it because it ignores wood. So let's see if we take it slowly and move it over to the pipe. You see the pipe right here in the metal. I already put that metal pipe in there, and let's see how it performs. So let's see, move it over slowly. And you see it starts sensing the metal pipe. And it tells you there's metal in there somewhere. It's not as precise as a wood stud because it's a different composition and so forth. But basically it tells you right there there's a metal piece of metal back in there. And as you move away, the sensitivity goes down. So that's pretty accurate right there. Works pretty well with metal also. All right, guys, so here we go. This time, let's test the electrical current tester that it has built in. So you see I switched it over right there to the AC testing. And as you can see, the icon up in the corner is telling you that I set it to AC, and it's telling you that there's a live wire nearby. This right here is a live wire that I set up going through there. It has a light bulb at the other end, and it's plugged into the wall up there. So it has current running through it. It should be able to test it. If it was a dead wire, obviously, it would not test it because it's checking for an electrical current. It's checking for an electrical field. And that's what we're going to find out right now. The wire itself doesn't do anything, but the field from the electricity is what this unit should be able to check for. So right now we have it over the stud. There's nothing going on there. Let's move it over slowly and see what it does. And you can see it starts sensing the wire. And it's telling you right there, pretty much, that's where the center of the wire is. And obviously the field fluctuates, so it's going to fluctuate a little bit, but it's telling you where the electrical current is at. And if we move it away, it goes down further. So there you have it. That's pretty good right there. It did a decent job. Alright guys, there you have it. A review and demonstration of the Huepar 5-in-1 stud finder. This is a great little stud finder in my opinion. It locates wood studs easily, and it can also locate metal pipes, conduit, and electrical wiring. As you saw in my testing, it worked perfectly. So if you don't currently have a stud finder, or if you're tired of the inaccurate stud finder that you currently have, maybe you should look into this little guy right here. Check out their Amazon page for complete details. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now.